Hey traders, so in this video, I'm going to backtest not only one pivot indicator, but two types of pivot indicators 100 times in one video. And I'm going to reveal all the details and how much profit I made, the win rate, all that stuff, all in this one video. And I'm not going to waste your time explaining the calculations of the indicator and all that boring stuff, because that's not going to make you money. I'm just going straight into the backtest and the results. I can guarantee you've never seen this kind of content on YouTube before, so hit that subscribe button so you don't miss more high quality content like this ever again. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. So the first indicator that I'm going to be backtesting is the pivot point super trend by Lonesome the Blue. It is very similar to the super trend indicator. It is basically a super trend that is based on pivot points. So here's how you read the indicator. If a signal is indicating a buy, it means you are closing your previous short position and you take a new long position. And if the signal displays a sell, that means you are closing your previous long position and you take a new short position. But in this backtest, I'm going to add another rule to it. I'm going to set our max loss to only 13 pips. So if a trade hits a loss of 13 pips, I'm closing my trade automatically and wait for the next signal to come. So our loss in this backtest will never exceed 13 pips per trade. So I'm only closing my trade when I hit a 13 pips loss or if another signal appears. So I'm going to be testing the Euro JPY 30-minute time frame with a capital of $1,000 with 200 times leverage per trade. Meaning each trade we are using 200 times leverage. But I'm only using 2% of my capital per trade. You don't want to risk all of your account in one trade because that would blow up your account. So in this case, I'm using 2%. So without further ado, let's get on with the backtest. So here's a time lapse of me backtesting the pivot point super trend 100 times. You can skip to the timestamp shown in the screen to see the results. So after backtesting the pivot point super trend 100 times, we received a win rate of 27%. But wait, despite only getting 27% win rate, we received a profit of $267.58 out of the $1,000 capital. Now, how could this be? How can an indicator with a very low win rate manage to become profitable? Well, let me explain. When I was backtesting this indicator, most of this 73 trade loss aren't even losses. Let me explain. You see, because our max loss is at 13 pips, there were so many instances where I missed up to hundreds of pips worth of profits like this trade here. Notice that I received a buy signal here, but because of our 13 pip stop loss, we closed the trade here. But because of that, we lost a 300 pip opportunity because we exited early. So you may ask, then why not just remove our 13 pip stop loss and just follow the indicator entirely? Well, if you do that, there are also instances where the trade displayed a late exit signal. Like for example in this trade, it gave me a sell signal. If I would just purely follow the indicator and not put my 13 pip stop loss, I would have lost over 100 pips. There are also times where a trade goes super profitable and reverses, leaving me with only little profits. And you may ask, why not just add a take profit target? Well, if I use a take profit target of, let's say, 50 pips, I would miss rallies like this and would have exited the trade early. So each strategy has its own pros and cons. So my solution to this is set a profit target and only close a fraction of your position. Not all of your position, but only a fraction. So that if the trade actually continues, you still have some of your capital left in the trade, so you also receive some of those profits. So that was the first pivot point indicator. The second indicator that I'm going to be backtesting 100 times is the pivot on pivot reversal strategy by Quant Nomad. So I'm not going to bore you with how this works because there's already signals that tells you when to enter and exit during a trade. So let's just get straight into the backtest. So for this indicator, I'm actually going to just follow the signals without setting any take profits or stop loss. So this SE signal means that I'm closing my previous long position and entering a new short position. And this LE signal means that I'm closing my previous short position and opening a new long position. Now, because I'm purely following the signals given to me, it means I'm going to take massive losses. But in exchange, I will also receive massive profits. So let's see how this comes out. So I want this comparison to be fair. Therefore, I'm also using the same Euro JPY and Euro GBP chart with 30-minute time frame. I'm going to start with a capital of $1,000 with 200 times leverage per trade, meaning each trade we are using 200 times leverage. But I'm only using 2% of my capital per trade so that I would not blow up my account. So without further ado, let's get on with the backtest. So here's a time lapse and you can skip to the timestamp shown in the screen to see the results. So after backtesting the indicator 100 times, here are the results. But before that, I accidentally backtested it using the wrong settings. But it's fine. Because of the Excel sheet that I created, I am able to change the settings and it automatically adjusts the results for me. So this method, I received a much better win rate of 46%. And I received a huge total profit of $452.99. In my opinion, you need to have a strong discipline if you want to use the strategy. Because even though I could get huge wins, like this 376 pip trade, I also received huge losses too, like these trades. In fact, our maximum drawdown was $874, which means at one point our capital went from $1,000 to $874. But of course we rebounded back and made nearly 50% profit of our total capital. That's why if you want to profit from this strategy, you definitely need to have a strong discipline and be prepared to take huge losses, but also huge profits too. So if you compare this pivot point strategy with the super trend pivot point, of course we receive more profits. However, the super trend has a max drawdown of only $1,000.15, which means our capital never broke past the negative. We stayed above $1,000 at all times when trading the super trend, compared to the reversal, which hit $874. I think even though the super trend has a low win rate, most of the losses are just small losses that hit our 13 pip stop loss. The reversal, even though has higher win rate, these 54 losses are much more significant losses, so it's more of a high risk, high reward, while the super trend is more of a low risk, medium reward. So it depends on your risk tolerance. If you want to get huge trends like this, while also getting significant losses like this, you can use the pivot on point reversal. But if you want to receive profits like this, while also receiving very small yet multiple losses like this, you trade the super trend. So it all depends on your risk tolerance. So I just gave you two potential winning indicators that you can use to profit right now. And all I ask for in return is a very small favor of liking the video and just subscribe to the channel. It literally takes only 2 clicks and it means so much to me. So thank you guys for watching and I'll see you in the next video.